All right, City Ballers podcast hour. Let's get it going. How is everybody doing today out in City Baller world? I am doing great. I think had a nice day today. No hiccups. Games going on tonight. Um, East Carolina is going at it against Tulsa. Tulsa's kind of trying to hang with them, but I'm not trying to hear that because I took East Carolina, right? So we got to make this work tonight, guys. We got to get this money tonight. So I'm not going to be in here long, but I'll just go over some games and whatnot and just kind of like, talk about what's going on in the world of sports and stuff like that. There's not too much going on, right? Yeah, I know my hair looks crazy. I just got out of the shower, so I'm going to brush it back and whatever. But tonight, the show is going to be easy. It's going to be fast. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You want to put something in the chat, do it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Um, we can talk about football, and I told you guys about the NFL. How I don't like gambling on the NFL that much, and the reason why. Hold on, let me close this door. It's too much noise. All right, that's more like it. I don't too much like to gamble on the NFL. Yesterday I told you guys that because I don't like the way. I mean, it's just kind of like it's funny stuff that happens. Just like with the Lions, for example, they got a touchdown and then they called it back, but there was no flag on the field. Where did it come from? It probably ascended from the heavens, the NFL heavens, and they go, no way, we can't have them score like that. They messed it up. No. And then you have no calls being called on Kansas City. So my daughter first talked about it last year, and I just thought that she was, kind of player hating on Kansas City. Because I don't have a problem with Kansas City. I actually like Kansas City. The Chiefs was my favorite team when I was a kid because the Lions suck so bad. And then guess what? The Chiefs suck. So I just had losing teams as a kid. But nevertheless, I digress. Okay, um, the NFL is too. It's too. I don't know. I just don't. I don't. I mean, it's just that's why I don't like betting on it because you don't know. Like in the '70s and the '80s, right? You knew, right? You kind of knew what was going to happen. You knew what team was going to come in there and lose and what team was going to win or it was going to be a good game. You knew. But nowadays, you don't know. So I don't like to mess around too much with the with NFL and betting. If I think I can sneak one out, I'll try it. But a lot of times, I think it's set up for the popular team to win it or whatever, right? Or it could be Vegas, right? Because think about it like this in that Lions game. I don't think it was the NFL. I think it was Vegas because everybody knows Lions is NFL darlings. Everybody likes them, and they came into the game hot, right? Winning, blowing people out. Kansas City came into the game. They sucked. So all of the money was flowing on the Lions, right? Let's just say it was $1 billion on the Lions and $2 on Kansas City. Okay, if it's like that, do you actually think Vegas is going to let these guys play straight up? Vegas has got a chance to get $2 billion if Detroit loses because everybody putting their money on Detroit. So with $2 billion on the Lions, you know that they had to lose. And I should have known, like I told you guys yesterday, when the Lions were not favored, they was giving the Lions 2 points. I should have known something wasn't up. But nevertheless, man, I don't trust them. Now, college football is on tonight. Can Who is this? East Carolina, and I'm trying to get to it right now on the TV. I've got what is this? This is Spectrum. I had Uverse, but Uverse sucks and it's too expensive. I was spending too much money on Uverse, right? And they were gonna do away with it, but I just said, you know what? I can't do this. You guys are charging too much money, and I can't even work this stupid remote. This sucks. Well, guess what? We're gonna. Oh wait, I think I got it. There we go. Let's do it. The baseball game is on. I took Seattle because Seattle's got um, Kurt, not Castillo. Castillo's on the mound for Seattle. He's a very dependable pitcher, right? I got him with 3 strikeouts and whatnot. Um, so that's probably a good move. Baseball is too boring for people to cheat. You can cheat in baseball. Nobody will care, right? So they're not going to cheat in baseball. Well, sometimes I bet they do. But Pete Rose took a pounding for that shit. I just think it's stupid how you guys did Pete Rose, or not you guys that's out there, but how the media and all of them just like lambasted Pete Rose. And I'm like, now here's a guy that gave it his all. Charlie Hustle gave it his all. He did his thing, and you denying this man the right to get in the Hall of Fame. And watch this, guys. Watch this. The same motherfucker who don't want to put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame is probably got more skeletons in his closet than you can imagine, because that's how that is. It's always the hypocrites, right? It's always the hypocrites that's going against you or trying to say, "Oh, he so and so is bad." For instance, I knew worked with this one guy. This was a long time ago, man. Maybe like 15 years ago. And this guy would always he would snitch on people and just tell on people. And he was just notorious for that, right? He was so bad that the big boss couldn't stand him. So whenever he told on somebody, the big boss came back and told that person, "Hey, this dude over here ratting on you. I just want you to know that," right? So it was just you and that and the boss. And then you figured out this dude is a piece of shit, right? So come to find out about, I want to say a year later, this is when they started putting those LoJacks or locators in computers. Well, this guy was working around those computers, and stole one. It was a customer's. Stole it, took it home, and I guess the customer said, "Let's put this to use." And they pinged it, saw where it was coming from, called the cops. The cops said, "Okay," gave him the location. Cops knocked on the door. This idiot opens up the door with the laptop on the table. And they was like, "Okay, there it is." They ID'd it. Okay, next day they got him. He walked him out of work. He was a thief. He had something to hide. It's always those people that's got something to hide that's running their mouth, being hypocrites, telling on people and trying to get people in trouble. So I digress. Pete Rose needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Give that man a shot, because after all, well, I don't think the Major Baseball League, I don't think that they endorse. Do they endorse a gambling site? I'm not sure, but I know the NFL does, and the NFL is quick to suspend one of their guys, right? Real quick to suspend one of their guys for gambling. And I think it's bullshit, right? Because you guys promote FanDuel, DraftKings. You guys promote it. You sponsor the guys. They come on. They have commercials on. You watch an NFL game. You watch an NFL game, and you will see a FanDuel or DraftKings game. But you will also see FanDuel or DraftKings, and it'll have an advertisement, and it'll have the it'll have the football logo on it, because they promote them, right? So they're okay with it because they get a little kickback or whatever. But little Johnny playing wide receiver bet not bet. Look, you got guys love to gamble, right? You know, when I was a kid, we would bet you 50 cents on so and so will win tonight. All the time. All the time we did that. Bet you a dollar. I bet you a dollar the Tigers win. I bet you $2 Tommy Hearns wins, right? So, um, hey, Rachel, you're a little loud. I can hear you. Just a little bit. Yeah. That's my daughter. She's on the phone talking, and I can. I'm sure you guys heard her in the background. I didn't want her to drown me out. I want her to get her on the show, man, so she likes to talk football and she's really good at it. Um, very good at it. I'm impressed. Yeah, but again, gambling is just something that happens. Guys gamble. You ain't gonna get no more alpha than the NFL. So you know all those guys on there. You know those guys gamble, right? You know they do. And the NFL is actually kind of cool with them. They said you can do it, but not in the building. And I guess you can't bet on yourself or the team. But how much sense does that make? I just give my money to little Johnny and have him bet on me. What am I getting at? The integrity of the game, man. The integrity. There is no integrity. None. So whatever. People are still going to do what they want to do. Gamble and bet and whatever. Who cares? Let's go and pull up some sports stuff. And I'm going to pull up a ticket that I went over that I like. That maybe some people aren't interested in it. And I hope everybody is doing okay. Everybody's doing great. Mm-hmm. Ouch. Well, here's just my best looks, right? And I can't. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Okay, here's one. Okay, so here's what I like, guys. I'm gonna put you up on some game on this one. Um, I like the Cincinnati Bengals and Steelers game to go under 47 tonight. Let me pull that up and see what it's looking like. Cleveland, I mean Cincinnati 14, Pittsburgh 10. We got to change that right away, right? I want Pittsburgh to win, but I also want them to stay under 47 points. Well, there might be a lot of scoring. You just never know. But second half, Pittsburgh will probably settle down. All right, so let's get at it. Where am I at now? Okay, so Miami, Florida. I took those guys on the money line. Louisville at Miami. Ron, why didn't you take the spread? Because sometimes you got to be careful with. Because Louisville and Miami is a rivalry, so you got to be kind of careful with that game because rivalries. One team can be 2-11, and the other team can be 11-2, and if they rivalries and they hate each other, you never know what may happen in that game. So I took the money line. I'm still looking at this East Carolina games. I don't know about you guys, but I love the state of North Carolina. I really do. Holy crap. Touchdown. All right. I took California over North Carolina on the money line. I took Tulane spread over Army, and And after I did it, I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have did that. You know why? Because last year it kind of backfired on me. I don't really like betting against the armed forces because those guys fuck me around. It's like I bet on Army, Army loses. I bet against Army, Army wins. Navy too. Air Force as well. I don't like to. I don't know what it is about them. Whatever. Um, Kent State at Toledo. Toledo is definitely going to win this game, but I predicted that they will not cover the 27.5. Here they go again, throwing to Carolina. Ooh, he dropped it. I don't think that Toledo is going to cover that 27 points, and the reason being is because Kent State has a tested schedule. Let's go look at it. I felt bad for them because they was getting pounded, but they did their thing now. This sucks. Oh man, I got plenty of stories, guys, that I have you cracking up, dying laughing. I, I was thinking about this today. I was going to share it with you guys. Um, this is a while back, a long, long time ago. I want to say 15 years. I can't even find it. Is this it? No. This piece of crap. Hold on. All right, here we go. We are looking for Kent State. Oh man, what the? I just type it in the browser. ESPN is not working. Kent State schedule. Oh, so let me tell you a story real quick while we're looking at Kent State and how they were doing. Um, we had a supervisor, right? This was a long time ago, man. I think I was like 25 or 24. And he used to always yell at this one lady, just like yell at her, right? And just have her crying and just yelling at her. Well, we used to always tell him, man, you need to chill with that, dude. Well, one day we all got off work. We went to the parking lot to get our car. We saw this big dude sitting on his car. So we was like, and we was like, we was like, well, who is it? But the guy was like extremely nice. He spoke, he was polite. You know, we were in our 20s. We was densed anyway. So we go, oh, he's a cool guy. He says, oh, no, I'm just waiting on my buddy to get out. And we was just like, oh, okay, cool. He was sitting on the hood of the car. We didn't know. And then, because he said his buddy. Well, the next day, supervisor is pissed off. They come in with the union guys wanting to talk to us, and they go, "Hey, did anybody witness anybody doing any vandalism to a car to one of the supervisors' car?" And we go, "No." And then we was like, "What's wrong?" He said, "Well, so and so came out of work yesterday. He had this big dent in his hood." Right away, we knew it was his. We was like, "Oh snap!" And we was like, "Dude, that was somebody sitting on your car." And come to find out, he left a dent. He left a dent in his car, but on his hood. So as son of a bitch. So as we thought about it, we said, yeah, we saw this, but we didn't know because he was really nice to us. Well, come to find out, they never turned the guy in, and nobody never ever said anything. But everybody knew who it was because nobody's gonna snitch and rat. It was that lady's husband. And I think, well, I don't think he got the picture because after that, he never yelled at her again. And I don't know, he probably knew somebody was out there sitting on his car waiting on him because he was usually right out with us, but he didn't. That's why we didn't think nothing of it. Well, get this guy. This guy sucks. Was they going for it? Tulsa got fucking balls. Hold on, guys. I want to see this shit. 4th and 2. See, this is the division with like Memphis State. Oh my God. Stupid. Stupid. It was 4th and 2, and they swung it out, right? You don't do a pitch out. When it's 4th and 2, you stack them on the line and you pull your quarterback up. You don't go in the shotgun. And therefore, this fool and lost like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage because the coach is stupid. You don't do that. That's totally disrespectful. Because them guys not gonna let you get that first down now. Now Eastern Carolina has the ball now. They're gonna score and make them pay. So, yeah, that story was hilarious, man. Oh my God. Touchdown, East Carolina. So, just fuck. I'm telling you guys, if you want excitement in your life, go check out that division. I forgot it's US something, but it's with Memphis, East Carolina. I mean, it's just full of scores. South Florida. I mean, these guys like gunslingers, man. And when you see them playing, it's going down. Back to this thing now. So here's who Kent State played this year. Okay, so they beat Merrimack, which is on their level. They beat them 21-17. They played the Texas Tech Red Raiders. They lost 62-14. That's Texas Tech, right? University of Buffalo, that don't count. They play Florida State, 66-10. They lost. Then they play University of Oklahoma. They lost 44-0. And then every time they play a team that's on their level, they give them the business. They played UMass and beat the piss out of UMass 42-6. Right? So, I mean, these guys only won one game all year. But technically, these guys have had, yeah, that's a touchdown. These guys have had a good schedule, right? They've had a nice, tough schedule. So when you playing the big boys all the time and they running over you, when you start playing somebody on your level, you're going to have an advantage now. So if you think that Toledo is going to roll these guys up and score 27 on them, I don't think so. So I'm going to take Texas Tech, not Texas Tech, but Kent State plus the points, right? Because like I said again, they play the Texas Tech Red Raiders. That's a big school. They play Florida State. It's another big school. They play the University of Oklahoma. They played 3 tough teams. And they didn't even have to do that. They could have took some patty cake games. But they didn't. They took some big boys. And when I say big boys, because think about it, guys. Florida State has been doing good this year. So has University of Oklahoma. So is Texas Tech. Texas Tech is ranked 24 in the nation. Florida State is ranked 7th in the nation. University of Oklahoma is ranked 5. So don't be stupid. Don't pick. Don't get out there. Don't do that. Don't listen to the sports books in Vegas. Because Vegas don't want to lose. If they lost, they wouldn't be in business. So you sit down and you think about it and you go, well, what's the deal? Because technically, Kent State and Toledo's on the same level, sort of say. Toledo is actually better. But as far as being on that same level, yeah, they not the big boys like that. So will Toledo win? Absolutely. Absolutely. Will Toledo cover the 27? Because these guys used to get their heads cracked by top 10 teams or top 25. All right. So there you have it. Buffalo at UMass. UMass sucks. I don't think they won a game all year. Look to Buffalo to cover. North Texas should be back in their winning ways because they got popped last week. But they play UTSA, and that's another team. UTSA and North Texas. The same as East Carolina and Tulsa. They like to shoot it out. In Memphis, they love to shoot it out. Don't get in their way, or you get mowed over. All right, and then we've got Ohio State. I took them on the spread. Wisconsin blows. Indiana, I took Indiana's spread. They're gonna wipe Michigan State up. Memphis at UAB. I took the over in that game. UAB is in that conference too. UAB, Memphis. These guys are. When you see guys like this, the only guys in that division that I don't really pick that much is Army and Navy. They won't shoot it out with you like that. But if you tell me UAB is playing East Carolina, I'm all over that game. Because I know there's going to be some points scored. Then we go to the NFL. Here we go, guys. I'm being a hypocrite, but I just want to take a crack at it. I'm thinking since the NFL rigged that game, I'm figuring maybe they might feel sorry for us and give us a freebie this week. So if that's the case, I picked Kansas City money line over the Raiders, New England money line, Denver Broncos money line, and Detroit Lions money line, and Seattle money line. Seattle and Detroit's on Monday Night Football. Denver will be playing at home against the Giants. Taking Denver. Denver's hot. The Patriots is hot. The Patriots is a new team. I mean, it's a brand new team. They're not brand new, but the coach and whatnot. They're playing the Titans. The Titans is upstart now. It's just starting all over. And I started to pick, and that's it, guys. That's it for me on the bets. But I started to pick Cleveland. Because Cleveland is playing. Rachel, who is Cleveland playing Sunday?
Who?
Cleveland.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins blow. They blow. And McDaniels, what's his name? McDaniels or Daniels?
Daniels.
The coach?
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels. Mike McDaniels is a nice guy. Looks like a nice guy. The kind of guy that you'll let him marry your daughter. You'll let him come over, you'll leave because you kind of like trust the guy. He's a good guy, right? Like some assholes you won't leave, right? Because you're looking at this dude, and then if you know how you were back then, you probably won't leave. And you just sit there the whole night and stare at the fucker. Like that. And then say a couple of things to try to intimidate him. But Mike McDaniels, I digress. Mike McDaniels, nice guy. But the problem is he can't control his guys. Tua is on TV talking about things that he shouldn't be talking about, saying that he just needs some help. He need to get some help. Well, dude, we already know that. You don't even have to say that. You know, sometimes you can save yourself an ass whooping, right? By just not going outside when your mama tell you not to go out. But if you're like me, hard-headed, you're going to do it anyway. Well, he didn't have to say anything, right? But he did. He came out and he said it. And I'm like, dude, not only are you putting your coach job on the line, you probably putting yourself on the line because maybe next year, whoever this coach is coming in, he ain't going to put up with that crap. And he'll tell you right to your face, hey, I don't know what you and Daniels or the other guy had, fuck face, but I'm the new guy in town. You get on TV and say something stupid like that, you won't last a game. I'll yank your ass out of here so fast it'll make your head swim. And did they punt again? Yeah, they punted again. Jesus. Yeah, so because like the last coach that was there, and I keep talking about him because I like the guy, the assistant coach, Brian Flores. That's a mean looking. Where you headed out?
Yeah, I'm in the store.
Okay, what are you gonna get?
Spaghetti.
And hey, look. Yeah. I tell me and my daughter we talking. I don't like her to talk to her mom, so I'm just like giving her don't say anything, right? You gotta have that, right? Because sometimes, guys, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Dads, dads take the brunt of everything, right? So I'm just giving my daughter some advice, some daddy advice, because the advice mommy's gonna give you, she's gonna give you that good female advice, but daddy's gonna give you that male advice that she needs, that she need to know. Because like I was talking to her the other day, I'm like, you gotta watch these guys. Every guy is not the same. You might go out with a nice guy and he's just as soft and sweet as can be. Not gay, but I'm just saying this is nice and sweet as can be. And well, the next guy you go out with, he's not gonna be like that. And you might go out with that guy for so long and you say, well, then everybody like, no. This next guy might look like him, like he's sweet, but piss him off and then you'll find out. Ooh, dude took a shot coming across. He paid for that shit. Took a hit. But some guys are not nice, right? Some guys are assholes, right? A lot of them out there are. And I was just telling her a little thing, don't piss guy off. Don't use the guy, use him up for all his money, and then dump him. Don't do that, right? I'm just saving her, because I told her if you do something like that, this dude's gonna be pissed and he might come after you. Then I'm gonna have to go after his ass, right? So to keep the drama down, you just had talks with him, and you talk and but for the most part, man, I think I'm doing okay. I think I am. She likes football though. I never saw that coming, right? I never saw that coming. She loves football. She knows about stats and everything. So, and then two guys, another thing. When you get married and you have a family and whatnot, and guys, you get daughters and stuff like that, you always have to keep control of the house. Now, can you physically do it? Yeah, right. But sometimes if you're not around, and you got a wife and she gets mad at you, they're gonna try to undermine you, and you have to be ready for that. She will try to undermine you. Now, if she wants to go out, dance with Tom, Dick, Frank, nothing you can do about that, right? But as long as you protect the fortress here and your kids, that's all you got to worry about. Now, if they get to the point where they want to get the kids in the middle of it and get them all fucked up, now she's got a problem. Because guys, you can't make a woman do something that she doesn't want to do, or if she's gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Women just they can be sneaky like that, right? That's all good. Don't put your hands on them. Just walk away, right? Don't put your hand. If they want to sleep with 50, let them do it. But you just got to hit the door, right? If you got to stay there for a minute, then you just stay there. And then when it's time to boogie, get your stuff and go. But you never put your hands on her, right? You don't do that. Because now her daddy gonna come and try to find your ass and shoot you. That happened to one of my buddies, man. Yeah, that sucks. But you always gotta hold it down at the fort. Always. And when people think that you're not holding it down, they'll try you. But most people won't, right? Like the people that talk shit and say that you're not holding down the fort, they're the main ones that come over your house and eat dinner, laugh and crack jokes and smile. Hey, look at P. Diddy. And then stab you right in your back, and you find out through the grapevine, motherfuckers they've been saying stuff and behind your back and saying, well, so and so needs to step up. And then you go, what the fuck? I just seen her. And then it was happy talking about P. Diddy going to jail. Nah, bruh, she behind your back talking slick. So when you got family members like that and they are on the wife's side or whatnot, let them say whatever they want to. But when they come over, because it's her house too, so you can't tell them they can't come. So when she come over, you just give them that treatment. Like, I know what the fuck you was saying. You was talking slick. And you don't laugh back. You don't. And that's how you hold your fortress down. And you hold your masculine frame. You ain't got to yell and scream and curse her out. Because if you yell and scream and curse her out, guess what? You done lost your masculine frame. And they know they can get at you. And they can continue to keep doing that shit just to watch you flip out. And then it'll get to the point where they won't have to talk about P. Diddy. They just pull out a camera and say something. Watch this. Hey, Ron, so and so and so. Ah! And then they put the camera up and say, look at this dude, man. He flipping out. This dude is weird. Always hold your masculine frame. Don't argue with a woman either, too. Because you argue with a woman, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. It's just, you just don't do that, Because to me, it's pointless, right? It's pointless. So you won't see me doing it. But sometimes women will bait you into it and get you going, but you can't let them do that, right? You always got to hold your masculine frame, youngins. But nevertheless, I digress. What am I digressing to? Oh, I forgot. We were just talking about. Okay, they got a sweep. Tulsa's got a man. Tulsa's stupid. It was 2nd and 1, and they ran another sweep on 2nd and 1. They ran another sweep and they got stopped. And it looked like they fumbled. No, he's hurt. Jesus. Hold on, guys. Oh, he fumbled the ball. Hope nobody's hurt. Yeah, guys, but I was just telling you guys about holding down the fort. And when you're a man and whatnot. And here's another one too, young guys that's out there and you listening. Always, you don't get into an argument with women. You don't argue with them, right? And you never fall for the okie doke. Like if you know that what they put down is stupid, man, you call them on their bullshit right away, right? Because if you don't and you let them get away with it, and then one day you get tired of letting her do it, and then you want to stand up for yourself, the first thing you're gonna say, you ain't said unto me. I've been doing this shit for 6 and 10 years, and you ain't never said one word. So now you got a problem or she may not say it, but trust me, she may not say it, but it's gonna be in her mind. So she gonna say this nigga can go. He can go somewhere. So you don't want to, let it get out of hand like that. And if you do, they finally got it. They finally got the first down. But just know that you still have to always hold that masculine frame. That people gonna try you, right? You gotta hold your own. You might have 50 people against you, right? You gotta hold your own, right? You gotta have 50 people, everybody talking about you, everybody running their mouth, everybody against you. Know what you do? You like, all right, cool. Sit back, eat your Cheetos, and watch the game. Because trust me, if your wife and her girlfriend start all getting on number one, they're not gonna say nothing to your face. Number two, you're not gonna go over to their house, right? I do know I seen some of my buddies. They went over somebody had like a party. It was all female party, and it was one dude. He was there, right? He was there with his wife. He was the only dude that was there. I'm like, man, this dude crazy. I couldn't do that, right? But to each his own. I don't like to hang around a bunch of women like that. I just don't. I mean, it is cool. They not gonna do nothing to you, but I just. Oh my God, he got it off. Tulsa is actually playing, guys. Tulsa is playing tough. And I don't remember this in Tulsa last year. These guys look pretty good. They got this like no huddle offense. And they just running up to the ball. They just run up to the line of scrimmage. They're not huddling or nothing. They just running up. But see, that'll fuck them too, though, sometimes. Now he's drop back to pass. Dude, oh, man, that might get... He just hurled it up there. It looked like a... You ever seen a ball like this? The ball was... He threw it on an arc, but it just like it was a wounded duck. And it was moving like that. Yeah, the guys got illegal procedure. See, when you running that illegal formation, okay, not procedure, but formation. Well, because you running and you lining up, man. Some guy got his hands on his hips. Because they tired, man. You running up like that. You can catch guys off guard, but sometimes it'll catch you off, some of your players off guard. So, I don't like that. Hmm. Oh, that's what I want to see. I want to look and see what's going on with Seattle. And Cincinnati was 17-10, and they got the ball. They're on Pittsburgh's 48. Break up the break up Cincinnati. And I started to take Cincinnati plus the points, but I didn't. What a dumbass. But that might change quickly. You never know. Don't look like it right now, though. They got the ball on Pittsburgh 32. Yeah, I always feel happy to give advice to the youngins, right? Blue Jays 5, Seattle 1. You stupid. I took Seattle. I did, didn't I? Toronto's hot, man. Toronto is hot, baby. Hot. You understand me? They hot. Yeah, 5-1. Toronto. Ain't that a bitch? Dang. Oh, what did Kirby do? It's not Kirby, but Castillo. Whew. And you know, Castillo's a good pitcher, guys. That's what I'm up. This dude only had one strikeout. One strikeout. I don't know why. Well, I just thought Seattle match. I thought Seattle had a better matchup with the pitching. They had better pitching, but well, guess right here I was wrong. Right? There's no good pitching. So here we go. Did I pick Seattle? I didn't. Or the Blue Jays on this one. Because you're smart, Ronald. I didn't. Holy Jesus. Thank God. I took the Dodgers, but I didn't take the other because I wasn't for sure about the Seattle game. But then I got kind of arrogant on the other ones and took them. But yeah, Seattle, Toronto 5, Seattle 1. And I'm going to be honest with you right now, guys. That game is over with. They're in the fifth inning. Scherzer is on the mound. He's only given up 2 hits. Sweet Jesus. They've got they done went through like 3 pitchers or 2 pitchers already. Castillo and Spider. Yeah, they're screwed. Because I'm gonna tell you what, with Max Scherzer on the mound. Now watch this Tigers, watch this Detroit Tigers or whoever the manager is. When you got a guy like that and he's pitching strong, you don't take him out of the freaking game. You let him go 8. You let him go 9 if you have to. Not the Tigers. Not that coach. They gave this dude an extension. I don't see why. See that the Tigers. Okay, so let me break it down to you guys with baseball. Pitching is a physical and it's a hard, demanding job. It is demanding on your body because you're throwing that ball at a high velocity, right? So, shit, it didn't even matter. You throw that ball so hard after the game, it hurts up in here. So you got to have a strong guy that's going to hurl that ball, that's going to be pitching. You got to have a strong pitcher, right? Like back in the day, Ron Guidry, Tommy John, Jack Morris, Dan Petrie, Will Cox. These are all the old school guys. Mike Norris, Oakland A's. Jim Palmer, right? These were guys that would go the distance. They would go the distance because they could, and they had it like that. But if you don't have that, because the Tigers pitching rotation sucks. You go, let's do an example. The Tigers pitching rotation, you got Struble, Kurt Struble, and then you've got Flannery, right? You got Casey Mays. Now Casey Mays is coming up there, right? But the beginning of this year, he was like, so legitimately, the Tigers got like they got one ace and one guy that's sturdy, and that's Casey Mays. Flannery, to me, if it was in the olden days, they would have sent his ass down to the farm club. Evansville was it now? I think it's Toledo now. Sparky Anderson wouldn't have wasted no time. Flannery would have been going back and forth to the farm club, because Sparky didn't play that shit, man. And you getting up there and you getting all this money, and you can't. Well, first of all, I don't know if he would have got all of that money with Sparky being there, because those old coaches, managers, they, oh my God, he still caught it in double coverage. Those old coaches, they expected a lot from you, right? And if you couldn't produce, you wasn't going to get that money. Who is pitching? Scherzer is pitching, and it's 1 on and 1 out. Seattle's got to do something, and they got to do something fast. Personally, guys, Toronto has gotten their groove back. And when they smacking the ball like that, guys, it's kind of hard for them to kind of lose. It's like they're possessed right about now. But I'm tired of looking at that score. All right, so I'm done, man. I'm not going to stay here too much longer. What did I talk about? We pretty much talked about everything, but young guys, stay on your job, right? Also, young guys, don't let outside influence come into your home, right? They can talk shit and do whatever they want to. They can come in your house when you're not there, or if you sleep, then you don't know about it. But when you find out, then you got to start putting people on notice, right? That this is your castle, this is your domain. And if you got any woman that's doing that, letting that happen, you have to have a serious talk with her. And if she keeps lying, saying there ain't nothing happened, then you just make a plan, right? You just plan it out, and you show her, right? But you don't put your hands on her. You don't, right? You don't put your hands on her. You don't disrespect her. You don't do that, because if you do that, like I said, the cops will come and get you, or her dad will come and get you. You'd rather have the cops come and get you, because cops will just haul your dumb ass off to jail. The daddy gonna shoot you, so you don't put your hands on her. But yeah, always hold it down, guys. Are you going to always be able to hold it down? Nah, man. Because it's called free will. And they're going to do what they want to, right? At the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to. They'll sneak and do it. Most of them going to sneak and do it, right? And if it's like that, then you know what you got to do, right? But you got to get that shit up under control. But remember, you always have to stand strong by yourself. I don't give a shit if don't nobody stand with you. You got to stand there on your own like a man. And if you're taking a beating, then you just take one. Because that's what it is. You're a man. You're not a boy. Right? I knew this one guy, man. This dude. Always had an excuse, right? You come into work, I did this, I failed, my ankle hurt, I can't walk, I can't do this. Wanting pity. See, men don't look for pity, right? Men get out there and they do what they gonna do and they work. Most men will be sitting up there working, be sick, blood pressure off the chain, and they still gonna go into work, right? But there's this one dude, man, he was just like, every time you turn around, he called off sick, and he always had an excuse for it. Always had an excuse. And I'm just sitting there looking like, dude, no nobody give a shit about your excuses. But you know, people like that, they like to get sympathy because they spoil, you know, moms gave it to them, right? But if you want to be like that, at the end of the day, in the back of these ladies' head, they gonna say this dude weak, man. And it might be your wife, and she probably say this dude weak. He always got an excuse why he don't go to work. Don't be that guy, man. And don't be that guy because even if she don't care, just don't be that guy, right? That's what you want to do. You want to have that about it because, like I said before, guys, you always got to stand on your own, man. And you got to be ready to do that at any given time. You got to be ready to stand on your own, right? You gonna win? But sometimes you're gonna lose, man. Sometimes you're gonna get your ass handed to. My ex-wife handed me my ass. I was I was down there in the with the child support court after the when they hit the Java, and I'm just standing there going like this, like what? I'm looking around, and the judge said, "What you standing there looking? Who are you looking for?" I said, "Cause I'm just looking for some help." He said, "Huh? Get your ass out there." And I said, "But I said I only had one job." He goes, "Well, that means you need to get a second one." And he hit the gavel again. I mean, I can laugh at it now, but when it was happening, this shit wasn't funny. Guess what I did? Because I always say, man, if they make me pay all of that, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And I ain't do none of that shit. You know what I did? I took my black ass to work. I picked up overtime so they could pay my child support, pick the kids up on the weekend because I loved them. And we will have little activities, Dad. Because when you love your kids, because I had 3 boys, right? So when you got your kids and you got that, you got that, it's like y'all brothers, not brothers, but it's your sons, male bonding. So, I talked all that shit, and somebody goes, Ron, I thought you said you wasn't gonna do this, you weren't gonna do that, and now look at you, you paying it and you picking them up on the weekend. I'm like, yeah, man, I love my boys, man. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, but don't shoot your mouth off, man, because a lot of times when you shoot your mouth off, life's gonna call you on it. All right, so where are we at now? Let's go look and see it. Seattle sucks cock. I swear to God. It's in the 6th inning now. Bottom of the 6th. Well, wait, yeah. C. Vargas. Who is that? He's pitching for Seattle. Yeah, man. They're hot. I thought that Seattle was going to make a comeback. I really did. Honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. I thought they was going to come back. Oh, well. And that's how that goes. So, yeah, guys, do what you got to do, right? Make it happen. Don't go whining and crying like a little baby. Just make that shit happen. I am done for the night, guys. I gave you some of my picks. I don't know. It's nothing special in the news that happened. I'm just looking to see if anything. Nothing. But the NFL, they cheating asses. And you just gotta play it easy, man. Because Vegas is Vegas, man. Vegas is always gonna win. Son of a bitches. But yeah, we'll just keep it that way. Oh, my Devils jersey. Hey, man, I've had this jersey for a while. New Jersey Devils, man. I think I got this back one of the days when Claude Lemieux was playing there. Remember Claude Lemieux? Those are the good old days. Hockey's not like that anymore. I think Claude Lemieux was he kind of like a goon? I think he was, because he could fight now. He could fight. But yeah, that's it, man. I don't have anything else to say. You guys are awesome. I didn't get any thumbs up. I didn't get any subscribers. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I'm trying, I'll run my mouth nonstop if I have to. But sometimes you get the bear. And a lot of times the bear will maul the hell out of you. All right, guys, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm out. And bet responsibly, right? Guys, remember I tell you, don't put your hands on those females. You young guys out there, do not put your hands on those females. Don't do it. If they're driving you batty, go. Walk away. Because they will drive you batty. but you don't touch them. You don't put your hands on them. You just and don't get involved with their little games too, man. You know that, but they like to play little games. Oh my God, they like to play little games, get you pissed off, try to get you to do crazy stuff. But don't fall for it. Just walk away, man. If it hurts, then it hurts, right? Then it just hurts. You just go somewhere and you don't cry, but you go somewhere and get some beer or something. You don't cry because we don't do that, right? And we don't mess up her car. We don't go throw no rocks. We don't do that. We just go get some beer, go to the bar, go to the crib, get to the crib, call your boys. But just don't put your hands on her, guys, because you won't get in no trouble like that. Love, peace, and hair grease. I love all you guys except for one person. No, there's 3 people out there I don't love. Pedophiles are one of them. Peace out, guys.